Our guest tonight is Mr. Cliff Layton, and he is the Vice President of Marketing of BodyFX. Cliff, can you jump on if you hear me?
Yes, I can. And, Steve, thank you very much for that nice introduction. And what a great, great night to be in the right place at the right time, folks. You know, if this is maybe the first time you've been on one of these calls with us, welcome. I want to assure you that whoever thought enough of you to invite you to this call did you a wonderful, wonderful service. I invite you to spend the next 20 minutes with us and just get some great information. We got some wonderful guests this evening. Before we go that direction, I want to bring you up to speed with what is happening in the corporate office. And, you know, it's really an understatement. If I were to tell you there's never, ever been a company like BodyFX before, and a lot of people would challenge that statement. But I want to qualify that statement and just tell you that there's basically three things that really differentiate this company. And tonight, as you're listening to the guests we have, who are really special people, I know every one of them personally. I've worked with some of them for many, many years. Their heart's in the right place. The fact that they'd come on a Monday night like this and share with us is just really great. And they all sort of epitomize these three things. The first thing is that BodyFX is a company that is going to have an inexhaustible supply of qualified leads. Now look, we all know that in network marketing, multi-level marketing, and what we choose to do, that talking to the people you know is always better than talking to the people you don't know. But a lot of people don't want to do that. I'm not going to tonight train on that, and I'm not going to argue the point. But what I will say is that we're building a model, and if you heard James Kunitz, the CEO of the company last week on our last call, he talked about how this is a self-proliferating machine, and we will not get ourselves in a spot where there's not enough leads. So just get that out of your mind. So it's a company that's going to have qualified leads. Lots of people have promised it. Nobody truly has delivered. BodyFX will. The second thing is the products, and tonight we're going to be talking about the products. You're going to hear a lot about the products. We got Don Bodenbach back with us. You guys all know who he is. I know you love hearing from him. He sort of steals the show every week, but that's okay. We love the products, but you know, products. The only thing that matters with products is the fact that they work, that they get a result. You know, at the end of the day, it really isn't price. It's not packaging. It's not even ingredients, because a lot of people don't even know what the ingredients are. It's what happens when I put that product inside my body. And I'm proud to say that I've worked with Don over the last 5 years, and I've watched the never-ending line of people that come into his life that I've watched him affect on a personal coaching side. I've seen what he's done with formulating products for people in the companies he's worked with in the past. So I can assure you that these products, the products we're talking about, work. They've been tested. We know they're going to work. You're going to be excited to be able to represent this line of products. These are the kind of products that people would gladly purchase were there no business opportunity attached to them. Once they know where they can get them, that's what they're going to do. Now, some will come in and be involved in the business, but many will just be customers, and that's the mark of a great company. And then the last thing is management. You know, 35 years later, I know one thing about management. It better be a group of people that cares about the little person, that looks at that sea of humanity out there and says, see that underdog over there? That's the one we're building this company and this system for. And I don't mean that in a trivial way. I mean it starts with everything from the tools you build, from the marketing plan that you put out there, to the culture that you're creating. You're creating what's really what I like to call, what I'd like to embrace as a level playing field, a place where everybody can win. So if you're a person that maybe doesn't have a lot of experience in this industry, tonight you're in the right place at the right time, because those are the three things that are going to make this company go on to be, I think, truly great. And I will tell you, 17 years ago, I was with a company that started something that was very, very remarkable, and it was an amazing ride. Having gone through that experience, I feel like I'm living it again. I didn't think it would ever happen, but I feel like I'm living it again, which gets me to what's going on in the home office, because the home office is like, I was telling somebody on the call, it was like a bee's nest. I mean, the activity is crazy. And, you know, today I'm, tongue-in-cheek, It only took me 4 times to get out this email to announce this call tonight, and I still didn't get it right. I mean, I got the facts right, but obviously my spelling's not bad. So we all know that Chuck could use an assistant, but you know what? It's all hands on deck. We are so busy building and doing the things that are going to make this company great right now that one sort of slipped, and I apologize, but guess what? I'm going to take 100% credit. It was all me, and we'll do a little bit better in the future. But some of the things that are going on is a lot of video production right now. I'm happy to let you know that we've got some really incredible product videos being produced. Now, these are product videos that will be sort of full-length things that you'll see on the website. And then also, of course, the material that will be used for the DVD that will go in every single set of J&L Fusion DVDs that are gone out. So remember, every time somebody gets that set that they buy off the infomercial, and there'll be thousands of people that do that, the first thing they'll do when they open that box is they'll see that Listen to Me First DVD, and guess what it'll be? The Metabolic Solution. It'll be the introduction to you, the coach, that's going to potentially change that person's life. So there's the connection. That's how all of this works, and that's one of the things that makes this such a rewarding and fun opportunity. We're working on the labels right now, folks. So one of the gentlemen asked me about ingredients. Tomorrow we're going to have a meeting, and we actually do have all of that, of course, the ingredients. And sooner rather than later, we are going to get that ingredient list to you. We're not going to make you wait for the labels, and there is some talk that will be released in the next, it could be a couple, 2 or 3 days. So we may have a very exciting announcement about that. I wish I could pin it down tonight, but I promise you we're having a big meeting tomorrow, and depending on how that goes, but you got to know something. I've been in the field many, many years. I've made every mistake you can make at least twice. I know exactly where your heads are at tonight, and trust me, we want to get you this information as soon as we possibly can. We just have to make sure it's accurate and that it's ready for public consumption. Excuse me. Other than that, that sort of brings us up to speed on what's going on in the corporate. I can just assure you that one of the exciting things that happened in the last 6 days, BodyFX doubled in size. So in the last 6 days, we doubled in size. Folks, the momentum is building. It really, truly is. There'll never be a time like this. So take advantage. And I invite you now, for the next 10, 12 minutes, I want you to listen very carefully to the people that are going to be talking, because they have some information for you. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Fast Start bonus package, and we'll sort of zero in on some aspects of it from a product standpoint, from a strategy standpoint. And then we're going to be bringing back Brad Stoker, and he's going to be bringing some of his guests on that will be talking to you about what they're doing during this pre-launch time. So I invite you right now, if there was ever a time to grab a pad and a pencil, take a couple notes. The next 10 minutes is awesome, awesome information. So with that, I'm going to turn the call over to a great friend of mine, a guy that's been in this business as long as I have and then some. I affectionately call him Fearless Fly, but that's just between he and I. With that, Gary Summers. Gary, you there?
I am, Chuck. And I just have to joke with everybody on the line that a little bit earlier today I asked Chuck, well, what are we going to talk about tonight on the call? And he says, well, Don's going to talk about the products in the Fast Start Pack. And I said, well, does Don understand all the other stuff that's in the Fast Start Pack? And he said, I don't know. Maybe you better get on here and tell him. So that's what I'm going to do, because Don's going to talk about products in a second. But before we get there, I want everybody to know that when you get a Fast Start Pack, it is going to contain a sampling of all the products. So that's great. But it's also going to include a whole bunch more stuff. And first of all, the value of the package, the products included in it will give you a way better value than what the cost of this Fast Start package is going to be. And then there will be a bunch of other value-added things to help you build your business. And one of those items will be the product DVD that Chuck was just mentioning that they're working on right now. You'll get a whole bunch of those. You can go ahead and hand them out, get them out to potential customers, get them out to potential prospects to really help get you off to a fast start. And by purchasing the Fast Start package, that'll also be the fastest and the easiest way to get yourself qualified to earn the Fast Start bonuses. They're going to be paid weekly starting the very first week that we get into business. And I don't want to go through the bonuses now, but I will say that if you haven't yet been there, we have a website called bodyfxuniversity.com, And on that website, there's a module that tells you all about the Fast Start bonuses. Be sure and go there and check it out. You can see all the rest of the modules on the training program for the compensation plan there as well. And we also have some great product information on there. You can see what Don Bodenbach actually looks like. There's a video of him talking. There's some other stuff there. And finally, on that site, just this morning, we put up a replay of last Thursday night's conference call with James Kunitz. So if you missed that, or if you have anybody else that would like to hear it, they can go to bodyfxuniversity.com, and they can see everything that we've been talking about, and they can hear last Thursday's call as well. And again, we will continually update that site with archived conference calls as they happen. So, Chuck, I'm going to let you go ahead and bring Don on here and let him talk about what exactly is in the Fast Start Packs product-wise.
Thank you, Gary. I appreciate it very much. And let's just keep things moving and respecting people's time. Everybody know who Don is. He's the head formulator for BodyFX. Has a incredible storied past in this industry. Has created multi-million-dollar successes in this industry in terms of products. So with that, I'd like to bring on Don Bodenbach. Don?
Thank you, Chuck, and good evening, everybody. Thanks for spending the time with us this evening. What I want to do, since we're talking about the Fast Start bonuses, there's going to be basically two that we're going to get started with. One of them is going to be one product each. And if you have not heard about the product line that we're going to start with, you don't know really anything about that, you're new to this, it's very simple. We have 6 products that we're going to start with. I'm just going to name them for you here real quickly, and then what you can do is go to BodyFX University if you want to hear and learn more about them. That would be what I would suggest for you to do at this particular time. As we get through pre-launch and get closer to launch, there will be a lot more information that will be coming to you. So we have a product called Shake Effects. That is a meal replacement after effect. That's a post-workout. Slim Effects, you're going to love that product. That was one that I'll be talking about that here in just a second. But it's a unique product and one that I think especially you ladies are going to really like. We have something called Energy Effects, one called Protein Effects, and one called Cleanse Effects. What I want to talk to you tonight real briefly about is the second a Fast Start Pack, and that's the one that's really aimed at weight loss. And the reason why I think you're going to find what we're doing here at BodyFX is not only a little bit different, but something that's going to get really exciting for you is when you get results, people really begin to talk and really respond. And one of the ways you can get results that are beyond reproach is with weight loss. I mein, there is no argument when it comes to somebody getting result when it comes to weight loss. So what I want to do is just for tonight, just pique your interest a little bit and help you to understand how it is that we're a little bit different and how we understand weight loss probably a little bit better than most, and how we can sort of create a whole new paradigm in the way that weight loss is being thought of right now, because for the most part, it's not really working very well what people assume weight loss is about. And that calorie in, calorie out, you're eating too much, you're not exercising enough, let's throw that out the window for right now, because that model is just not working. Here's what we have to do. Number one, the first product that's in this Fast Start bonus is our Shake Effects. The reason why you want to use Shake Effects is because the nutrients that are contained in it, the type of protein that's contained in it, it sets your metabolism for the rest of the day when you take it, especially if you take it in the morning. Weight loss today is a metabolic problem, and we've got to correct it. It's a very nutrient-dense product, and it's low-calorie. So what you want to do is just one time per day, you want people to take this Shake Effects, and you're going to set their metabolism for the next 24 hours. The second one is called Cleanse Effects. We need to improve digestion. We need to unobstruct our liver and our lymphatic system and our gastrointestinal tract, because that has a great deal to do with your ability to burn fat. So we have a product called Cleanse Effects, and taking Cleanse Effects for a 10-day period is literally the jump start that most people need to get their body to start burning fat instead of storing fat. Then the final thing is the Slim Effects that I had talked about. And, one of the real problems that people are having today is they have this ravenous hunger because their blood sugars are out of control. So when they sit down to eat, they're not really sitting down in a way in which they're prepared to eat. They're sitting down as if they're so hungry they're about to chew their own arm off. And when you're in that situation, you've really got to do something to be able to calm that circumstance down, get a person in the right place, both mentally and physically, to have a meal. And then once you're able to do that, boy, there's a lot that you can do to get that to activate that fat burning. And that's what Slim Effects is all about. It helps you with this craving and this ravenous sort of hunger. It helps to prevent the blood sugar spikes that are the leading cause of weight gain today. That we know that now. It's a scientifically proven fact that spiking blood sugars is the primary reason for the kind of weight loss that we're seeing today, and that's going to help with both starch or sugar, because both of those are going to be spiking your blood sugar. So you're going to see dramatic weight loss with what we do and with our products, and that's even with people who have a stubborn problem with weight where nothing has worked for them in the past. So when you combine our fitness DVDs that you're going to become familiar with through Jennifer or any of the other fitness DVDs that we're going to be producing over the next period of time, you're going to see some very exciting and some very rewarding things, and it's going to be something really, really worth being associated with, because we're going to get some people to lose some weight, and when we do that, you're going to want to be a part of that. So thank you. I'm going to turn it back to Chuck.
Don, thank you very much. And, boy, I tell you what, Don hit the nail on the head there, folks. You know what? We're launching this company, doubling in 6 days, and we don't have one testimony, not a one. We haven't sold any product. And so what happens when these products start getting out there and the stories begin to happen? Obviously the people that came in early, put the groundwork in place, got the foundation in place, will be rewarded. Speaking about that, now remember on the Fast Start bonuses, what was said there is 2 distinct packages. So when you decide to order the Fast Start bonus, you can get option A, which is one of everything, or option B, which is designed to work in the diet and fitness arena. Okay? And obviously that'll be explained in detail on the website. Moving along, I'd like to now introduce a multi-million-dollar earner in this business. He's a person that's amassed, as you well know from Thursday night's call, over 100,000 people in a downline before. He's a gentleman I have great respect for. I've worked with him in other programs, and it's always been a lot of fun, and he's just been a wealth of information. He's not afraid to let everybody sort of benefit from his experience. And so with that, I'd like to bring on Brad Stoker. Brad, are you there?
I am, Cliff. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on the call this evening. I brought some friends with me tonight. I just wanted to have some people come on and tell us real briefly what they're doing and a little bit about their backgrounds, and each one of them are just going to be about a minute each. So I hope that you'll welcome them. I mentioned one of the people last week, Ann Totten, that's with IBM, and I told her story, but I wanted her to come on and tell her story and tell what's happened to her since what we said last Thursday night. Ann, are you with us?
I am, Brad. Thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Thank you. I am so humbled to be here tonight. As Brad said, I've been in corporate America for 23-plus years, and the last 6 I've been in MLM. The largest downline I've ever built was about 30 people, and that was over a 2-year period. I've been in other programs with varying levels of success, but I've always believed in this industry. And things never really fell into place for me. They just, it was just not the right time, or something happens. So I have great respect for Brad, and when he contacted me, I took a look. I immediately saw the potential. And then I immediately contacted my key leaders, several people. You'll hear from 2 of them in a minute, and we're building this together. You know, when Brad mentioned me on Thursday night's call, I had about 100 people in my organization. I was just shocked. But what's really shocking is right now I have about 170 as of 2 hours ago in my organization, and we are working this as a team. And I just want to leave you with this. My previous mentor told me that my biggest challenge was sponsoring people. Well, she was wrong. That my biggest challenge was that I really didn't believe in that opportunity. I definitely believe that Body Effect is the best opportunity out there, that timing couldn't be better, that customer leads are going to bring this to a whole new level. So there are tons of people out there who will get it. We just need to get the information to them. I love using the 6-minute video. The ones who get it will get it and run with it. So thanks again for allowing me a few minutes of your time. Have a great evening.
Wow, Ann, you got me excited all over again. I mean, 70 people over the weekend is pretty impressive.
The weekend. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on. And we have one of your key people is on with us. Lee has been in the industry 6 years. I'm just going to let Lee come on. Lee Aldwart, tell us what's going on with you.
I certainly will, Brett. Thank you so much. First off, I just want to thank you and Ann for sharing this amazing opportunity with me. You know, Ann and I have known each other for quite a while. She's an awesome leader. I've also been reconnected with Bill Hartramp, who I've known for several years now, and I'm very grateful for that. Like you said, you know, I've been in the network marketing industry 6+ years, you know, and I'm just like everybody else. I've tried several business opportunities, but never before, and I mean never before, have I had the success so quickly that I am having here with Body Effects. I feel that all the pieces are finally falling into place for me. And, you know, they say that old saying, it's all about timing. Well, they're right, because the time is now. You know, we need to hit the ground running because we only have one shot at this pre-launch. So my advice is promote, promote, promote. Use your email list. Use, you know, prior connections. Use the video, the 2-minute, you know, the 2-minute recorded call. You know, I'm using all of those. I'm using every tool that's available to me. I get up and I just hit the ground running every morning, and I don't stop. I do what it takes to be successful. And if you think that we've heard some of the key leaders here that we have doubled in size. I have been contacted in the last 2 days from people from Russia and Sweden and Canada, Australia, the UK. They want to know how they can join. We're making our footprints here, guys. You know, it's going viral, and it's going to be huge. And all of us on the phone tonight, we're in the right place at the right time. Go get them, guys. Do what you have to do. Brad, thank you so much for this opportunity to speak this evening.
Well, thank you, Lee. That was a little network marketing training all in its own. Thank you so much. And Bill, I've got one more person to hear from. Bill Hartrandt has been in the industry, longer than the other two, 35 years, and he was a trainer in a publicly traded network marketing company. But I'm going to let Bill come on and tell you what he sees about Body Effects.
Yeah, hey, Brad, I'll tell you what, I'm so excited I can't even think. This is so incredible. I'll tell you, 35 years and failed miserably in the beginning in network marketing, even though I had built 3 traditional businesses to over $150 million over a few years, from a modeling agency to a janitorial company to a video store chain, all the time while knowing in my heart that I could really relax and not work 24/7 in those businesses and leverage my income with network marketing. So I just made it up in my mind, what's my number one goal is to help other people, help people create income. And I tried and tried and tried, and I failed and failed and failed, and finally, in 89 and through 96, I hit it big time with that publicly held company. And I'm telling you, after that, and I failed again miserably because the timing wasn't right, or the company wasn't right, or the management wasn't right. But then I got to meet Brad Stoker, and I got to see Ann Totten again and meet her, and I got to be with Lee Aldwart again and pull this team back together and have a blast and have fun talking to people and sharing. And, you got to ask yourself, what is your main goal? What do you really want out of life? If you help other people, if you have that mindset, you have a business here. What is the number one reason why all network marketing companies fail and fail their people? Lack of people, lack of marketing, lack of leads, lack of people. You're left all to yourself to go after your friends. And if you're in the NFL club, which means no friends left, you're going to have an awfully hard time getting your business going. And here we've got a business where we're going to get customer acquisitions. customers coming in that buy a fitness product are going to want absolutely to buy nutritional products to fulfill the full body experience. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's incredible. We've never seen anything like this before, folks. And so when you ask yourselves, what do I need to do? I need to get the mindset to go out and help the hundreds of thousands of people out there that are dying to have a company that gets behind them for a change. Instead of you promoting this company is going to promote you, the coach. And that's what's so exciting about this. And I tell you, I am growing by leaps and bounds. Saturday, I worked with one of my top leaders in my group, Anne-Marie Osorio. She is on fire. She's only been in a few days and sponsored 20 or 30 people. Just incredible. On Saturday, we worked a full day. I was her personal secretary, and she was fired up and sponsored 14 or 15 people, and I sponsored 9. Just incredible. I mean, we just had so much fun, and we created a challenge out of it. So we had a great time. Look, this is a lot of fun, folks, and we're all going to make a lot of money right now here in pre-launch for the future. So whoever casts the widest net and builds the biggest pre-launch group, you're going to be rich beyond your means. Thanks so much, Brad Stoker. Appreciate this.
Thanks for being on, Bill. We appreciate you, and thanks for the little motivational training. And I can tell you're excited, and I'm excited for you. You know, last week I mentioned to people that I feel like that anyone that sees this opportunity is being offered a blessing, and they have to decide whether they're going to accept the blessing. And what I'm talking to my people about is look at your business like a funnel, and how big do you want your funnel to be? You know, you want a little funnel or you want a big funnel? You know, in pre-launch, your goal is to build your funnel as big as you possibly can. The more people that you can possibly get in it, the better. Because at some point in some period of time over the next 30, 45, 60 days, the company is going to start dropping customers into your funnel. And depending on how big your funnel is going to be depending on how big your check's going to be. And I'm going to tell you, you can look back and you can mark my words from tonight. I'm going to tell you that you're going to see people who are making $500 are going to jump to $10,000. People are going to go double, triple, quadruple their income in a 30, 45 period of time because simply those customers start getting dropped into your funnel. So how big do you want to build your funnel in pre-launch? Cliff, come back on and close the call, please, sir.
Thank you very much, Brad. And, you know, Brad, thank you so much for bringing on Ann, and for Lee. Bill, thank you for your enthusiasm and for your dedication. And Lee, you've got a future as a trainer, so I'll be talking to you on the side sometime. Folks,
I'm looking forward to it.
You know, there's not a whole lot more that I can add to what has been said tonight. I mean, when people talk about timing, I think I'm just sitting here listening to those last 3 people talk, and I'm thinking how many, and when I say this, I really mean it, thousands of calls like this call that I've been on in the last 3 decades. It is, and you do sort of hear a lot of the same stuff, you know, but we all know that sometimes when the little guy's on the top of the hill and he's crying wolf, there really was a wolf. And I'm telling you, it's real. This is as real as rain. Understand that when we don't throw these numbers around, these times around flippantly. When I was out of the industry for 4 years, still getting paid residually for the work I did once and getting paid a lifetime later, paid while I sleep, all those wonderful things. Something like a Body FX truly, truly is potentially a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And what Brad said is absolutely fact. What happens over the next 30 to 45 days will never be repeated. If there was ever a time, seriously, to give consideration to every minute you have that you can invest in yourself and go out and use that 6-minute video, get this message in front of people, pay attention to the calls we're doing, get the tools and the information on BodyFX, bodyinfo.com and bodyfxuniversity.com, and use that, leverage those tools to tell this story to as many people as you can. Now is the time. I want to thank you for thinking enough of yourself to come out on this call tonight. For you guests that came on, and maybe this is the first time you've actually ever been around or been on one of our calls, or this is the first time you've heard about BodyFX, by all means, go back to the person that invited you to this call, get your questions answered, and do not waste any time. Thank you so much for spending the evening with us, and we look forward to getting with you on Thursday night, which, by the way, will be another big corporate call. And I think I'm going to have none other than Jennifer Nicole Lee with us on Thursday night. I haven't confirmed that, but I will by tomorrow. So with that, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you on Thursday night. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.